is it like being homeless?
It sucks. Because you never know where you're going to eat, if you're going to get something to drink. People wanting to sit there and rummage through everything you have, and it's like all you have.
I was diagnosed with clinical depression at around 12 or 13. And at that point, I didn't want to live. And it took a host of the counselors and teachers to let my parents know, hey, we got to do something with this kid.
It started out with a relationship, and it just compounded. I was using one drug to counteract the other drug, and then it just started building and snowballing, and all you really want is alcohol, the drugs, and then it just snowballs from there, and that's all you're wanting.
There was just a deep darkness, and anger and rage, and it didn't make sense. I didn't know where it came from. I knew that there were agencies out there that would offer support.
People started posting this article on my Facebook page about the mayor of Albuquerque. And he was driving down the street one day and saw a panhandler asking for money. And he thought, I wonder if I offer that guy an honest day's work for an honest day's pay on one of our cleanup crews at the city, if he'd actually take me up on it. And lo and behold, he did. And so that led them to create the Better Way program. So people brought this to my attention, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna go down to Albuquerque with some of our philanthropic and nonprofit leaders here in Tulsa and check it out. We loved that program and thought, we're gonna test this out in Tulsa.
So we launched the program in March of 2018. We have a van that goes and does outreach 3 days a week. At lunchtime, we bring them a hot lunch. While the participants are eating, they get to learn about what the program can help them with. And then they spend a little time with the participants just getting to know them better, getting to know what their stories are. Our whole goal is to get them into sustainable employment and sustainable housing.
I got 5 months clean on Saturday. I've got my family back. If it wasn't for them, I know I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Just the acceptance, being with people that have been where you are and that are succeeding.
Mayors have to take on programs to address issues in their cities. And the programs that GT Bynum has created, they've been very successful programs, so successful that other states are taking on those same programs.
One of the greatest indicators of high school graduation rates is third grade reading proficiency. Well, what's our third grade reading proficiency? Right around 50% of kids in third grade in Tulsa are reading at the right grade level. That's really problematic for our long-term expectations around high school graduation rates, which impact so much of somebody's ability to lead the kind of life of their choosing. So then we started thinking, well, is there a program out there that can help us improve that? And we found it in a nonprofit called Reading Partners.
A lot of leaders are readers. That's what we always tell our kids. Leaders are readers, and so we want to give them the best that we can give them. And so I don't want that just for my kids. I want that for any kid.
We educate our children, we're going to change the face of Tulsa. And if we make sure they have the best education possible, that's going to help too. And I think that it's working.
This is a passion of both of theirs, Susan and GT, going into schools across the city of Tulsa, and having a mentorship program in a lot of ways, and making sure that, kids know how to read.
The city of Tulsa signed an executive order saying that any employee can use their lunch hour once a week to go participate in Reading Partners. An adult volunteers an hour a week to go practice reading with a kid. And for kids that participate in that program, by the end of the year, over 90% of them are reading at the proper grade level. All it takes is having an adult take that hour a week to spend the time with them to practice reading.
My name's Rodrigo Rojas. My family actually came here to Tulsa from South America when I was 2 years old. One of the reasons why we came to the United States was because my family wanted a better life for their children. They came to support my aunt to help her achieve her American dream, which led into creating restaurants here in the city and helped to grow my dad's passion to build a newspaper.
I started attending citizenship ceremonies as mayor, and getting to know people who are going through the immigration process here and hearing their stories, hearing how they risked everything they had because they love America so much and they chose Tulsa.
I think immigrants, whenever they have the opportunity to gain citizenship, it's just another opportunity to really, truly be finally American, have the opportunity to vote, have the opportunity to really make powerful change. And so I think that's what the power of citizenship is.
We became the first city in Oklahoma to start hosting citizenship ceremonies at City Hall. We do them every single month. And I'll tell you, for anybody, if you're ever feeling like our country, is divided and you're down about the direction things seem to be going and how vitriolic things can be, go to one of these ceremonies and meet these families and see the level of excitement they have to be Americans and all the opportunity that comes with that. It'll put a smile on your face every single time. So even though we've made great progress behind innovative programs like the Better Way program and Reading Partners, we're not finished. We have so much more to do.
So take me back to whenever you got the great idea to even run the first time. what was going on in your head? How old were you? Where were you at?
We go back all the way to the beginning of both of us talking about the day when we may be running for office.
I thought, here come another person I'm going to have to try to train.
Always had pictures of presidents in his room and always reading biographies and history.
It was time for him to run for mayor. He was ready to do the job, and he's demonstrated that ever since.